What's going on, guys? My name is Klotarn, and today we're going to have a look at a bronze Genji and help him improve his gameplay, so he can hopefully get better and rank up. If you want to submit a clip, you can follow the instructions on the screen. I would be very happy to help other people rank up if I can. So let's see. It's okay to start. Like in front of spawn like this, so you can get a bit of early poke damage. When it's around like half a second left until the round starts, I would fire like 3 shurikens. Then usually the door has opened. The doors have opened, so you could get a bit of damage. Right now I would get right now the enemy is going to come in here. They're going to push in, and as Genji, all you have, if you're right in front of them, is your reflect ability, and that's only for 2 seconds. So it's not really safe to stay on the low ground. So what I would do is I would get up on the high ground right here, over there, and like shoot some shurikens into their backline, into their tanks, just to farm blade, so you can get your ult and use that as quickly as possible. Yeah, you did use it. Perfect. You literally got no value out of it though, because you were basically behind a shield from the ones you were trying to reflect. There were only like, I think the Reinhardt. The Reinhardt was the only one. Yeah, Reinhardt and Junkrat. So Reinhardt was the only one that basically was in line of sight for your reflect, and not behind your recess barrier. So unless you're like really in front of your own barrier, and make sure that you are, that's the only time I would use reflect in front of the enemy team like that. And also, like maybe when you're retreating from pushing ahead, or you are like, let's say there's a lot of spam damage, so you know you'll get value out of it. Otherwise I would just stay up on the high ground, shoot shurikens into them, and I would reflect if someone came to attack me, so I could protect myself. And yeah, if someone were to attack me, if it was like Zenyatta, it would be really dumb of him, because Genji can easily kill Zenyatta. If it was someone dangerous, I would dash over to the high ground. I can't draw over there, just to get some distance, and maybe, if it's okay, possibly ignore them. Or I would go down to low ground into my team over here, and just try to keep farming my blade. Yeah, so it's fine, you try to contest the tracer, but you should still be up there, you know. The Reese had a barrier, so it was fine for you to make it in fight for you to stay. Alright, there was a pretty good use of reflect. You got a bit of damage on the tracer. When you dashed away, I would have actually just stayed and trusted my healer, so I could have kept shooting shurikens into the enemy tanks, and just farm the blade. because at this level, like I would recommend it for me. I don't. Where was I? Yeah, it was good use of reflect on the tracer. Um, so you got a bit of damage. Like it was okay. Now you should just keep shooting shurikens into these guys over here. That's what I would do. Like you're not jumping or anything. You're not even behind the barrier. Like not jumping is fine, but then you should stay safe. Like you should be behind your barrier. Now you're just next to your barrier. You're not using this barrier because like you can see there's a barrier here. Okay, use it or jump. But either you should use it or you should stay on the high ground, as I've said, and shoot shurikens into them. And now you're on the high ground, but you drop down directly without any real reason because there was no one contesting in there. You had a Discord orb, but you could have like backed off to maybe here. Tried to like just stay out of Zenyatta's sight for a few seconds so the orb goes away. I think it's 3 seconds. And you could also get some healing if you have been damaged. So I don't know really. Wait, why you stopped shooting? Yeah, like you could have like tried to shoot shoot some shurikens into the Moira right there, and like no time would have been wasted. So yeah, and there you did you have to reload? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure you didn't have to reload. Yeah, so you could have just kept firing into them and then reloaded on the way up. And now you have the Zenyatta here. You could either go for him, like do 2 fans of shurikens into his body and dash, or you could go for the Ashe. But you should not, if you go for the Ashe, like neither of these, you should not engage with your dash, just so you know, because if you engage with your dash, you have no safe way to get out. You can use your reflect, but that's only for a short amount of time, and then you're dead. Maybe not at this rank, but like just a little bit higher, and then you would be dead if you engage with your shurikens here. I mean engage with the dash. So now you went for the Moira. She was behind the barrier, and Moira's not really like she's a Genji counter. She doesn't need precise aim. She can damage you through your reflect, and also she has fade. So she can escape you if you have, let's say, you stash on her. Then you're screwed. Like you're in the enemy team and you don't have dash, and your target got away, so you can't get reset. So I would go for the Zenyatta or the Ashe. And again, I would recommend you keep jumping. Now, I mean, you're shooting the tank, that's good, you're trying to get some charge, but that Ashe, I think she would have been really easy to hit, like 3 shurikens. Maybe you would have fired around into her and then kept shooting the tanks, but like, cause she was a really easy target, and if you hit like 3 headshots, like got lucky hits, then you could just dash and she's dead, and then you have like 1 less enemy to worry about. Or you fire twice into her and hit all body shots, and then you dash and she's dead, because 3 headshots of shurikens or 6 body shots, that's about like 150 something. I think it's 168 maybe. That's enough for you to kill them with a dash, but like not with a simple melee. So yeah, if you get 3 headshots or 6 body shots, and then you can dash them. If they are 200 HP target, and then they are dead. So it's good that you're shooting the tanks, but you're standing right in front of them, and if Roadhog had a hook, he could easily hook you, and you could, I mean, you have dash, so you could probably get out. I think Roadhog could one-shot you, but yeah, be really careful. I would still recommend standing on the high ground.
My ultimate is ready.
Reinhardt was really low there, so you could have moved forward and maybe like done a fan of shurikens into his head and maybe dashed, and then he would probably have been dead. Might be risky, but yeah, high risk, high reward. And see, now you got hooked, but luckily he had to reload, so he couldn't kill you. So it was basically a useless hook. It's good that you dash away, although I would have dashed on top of one of the one of these high grounds, either this one or this one. Probably this one, because you have your Ana here, and right beneath you have this health pack. But it's good that you dashed away to safety. No, you just yeah, you had the track right there, so reacted maybe a little bit slow, but you're on him, so that's good, and you're also jumping above him, so he will have a hard time hitting you, especially at its rank. And that was a really nice fan of shurikens, because you had both, you just one-shot him. That's good. Now your Ashe just killed your Risa, so yeah, go and compressor. Your Mercy Rest, that's good. Yeah, you should not have dashed in. That's, if you're not dying, you should have died, because that's also you could have. I don't think fire strikes are that hard to react to. If you're playing against a Reinhardt and you're in front of him, be ready with your deflect if he fire strikes, because you can. I mean, you have your blade, but if you don't have your blade, that's nice ult charge. I think per 100 HP it's like 6% ish. So yeah, you should not have dash there. Don't engage with the dash. Don't try not to stand in front of the enemy team without like reflect. I think you had a reflect, but that was really risky. It was like 4 enemies that could see you and potentially kill you. I mean, it's silver right now, and in bronze the chance is even less that you would get punished. But yeah, and you also really got nothing out of it. I don't think you got any charge out of it, right? You should have started shooting at that Ashe way earlier, and you have your ult now, so I don't think you got anything from dashing. You did some damage, and that just gave the healers a little bit more ult charge if they didn't already have ults, and they also took damage, which also gave them a bit of ult charge. And then you took fire strike damage, and wait, let's see, why did your Mercy go up there? Alright, she went up to hit D.Va. Yeah. So your Mercy is dead, which means you only have an Ana. So you need to be careful, try to take as little damage as possible, because now your Ana will have to heal your whole team, and Ana, like the only AoE healing she has is her nail, and her healing also relies on her aim, which I mean, and also you don't have rest, so you really need to be careful and try to take as little damage as possible. Right now, I would either dash for the health pack, like over here, or I would stay in this, like just behind this wall, and like stay safe from the enemy, and just let the Ana heal me up. Or just stay safe and let Ana heal me. Which you're kinda doing, but you didn't get any healing from the Ana. And I was the Ana, so I know there was a lot of people to heal. So probably should have gone for the health pack, and now they have used their trance, and Reinhardt charging. They use Rip Tire. You're going safe, that's good. You weren't really doing anything. Right there, you're just looking at the fight and walking towards the health pack. I mean, you could have gone for a health pack and just gotten the extra 30 health. And that's good that you played now after they trans, because I don't think they don't really have anything to counter your ult. Yeah, and they're yeah. But the fight's kinda lost, so I wouldn't play it here, but yeah, let's see how this goes. You got 2 kills. That's good for your stats, but I mean, it will be very hard to win this. You should have started firing at them way earlier. You were like looking at them and just not shooting them. So that's kind of a problem. Yeah, and you died, and the fight was lost. So you wasted your blade. I mean, you got 2 kills, but you didn't win a fight, which is what you want to use your blade for. I'm thinking of maybe making a couple of in-depth Genji guides in future on this channel, if you want to stick around and have a look. And Diva just also wasted her bomb. Yeah. And I mean, you can't really control her. You could have said in voice, maybe don't use any ults. Because like, you lost the point, and why? If it's like 1% left for them to capture you, if you can't get on the point, there's no reason to use any ults. So the Diva just threw away her bomb, just wasted it. Like, she got no value. She killed the hamster, but what for? You still have to regroup and like try to defend the payload a bit further back, which is what I would recommend. But what happens is, in this game, we hold them quite early. But yeah, I would still consider the bomb a waste. Right. Still, you're going in front of them. So you could be over at this high ground. You could be jumping over here, standing over here, firing shurikens into them. Yeah, so you should be at this high ground just firing shurikens into them. Shoot that sound. That's annoying. So you did just jump a little, and here Nana boosted you to just so you can charge your ult a bit quicker. And that's good. You utilize it. You dash into the team. And you need silver, so they don't really punish you. I don't think they're mechanically good enough to do that either. Really close though. I would, yeah. So you still shouldn't probably. You should like not have engaged with that. You should have moved forward. Maybe used to reflect, and then shoot a couple of shurikens into them, and then dash out, and try to dash out from, dash away from behind, so you could get a bit of ult charge when you with your dash when you dash through them. Alright, so yeah, you did the shuriken animation cancel with the ult. That's good. You kill the Zenyatta, and with the animation cancelling you kill the Moira. So both their healers are dead, which means they have no healing. And then you kill the Ashe too. So that's really good. So I tried to heal you there because you were going really deep. I probably shouldn't have. Also, I thought it was safe. Like they were going to care more about you, but yeah. Instead, I got like the Bastion and both tanks to chase me, and then that killed me. So now you're one support down, and the Anna has come to life again, and she respawned, and Zenyatta will respawn too, and they have a really short distance to the fight. So still the blade was pretty low value. But I mean, the fight's probably well won, right? Yeah, right now it's dead. That's good because they have no barrier now, so you'll be free to just shoot them with your shurikens and get ult again. That's nice. You got boost from no reason. Yeah, I think your tanks were way too aggressive. Like their whole team, and you too. Their whole team just came back. You should be up on this high ground. If you want to even shoot at them, you should be on this high ground, or you could go back to the high ground where I said earlier. Just wait for them to peek. And try to farm blade. Yeah, really risky using dash as something else than an escape ability. But apparently you survived that. That Zenyatta totally wasted ult. Because oh wait, just gonna check. I think he really wasted ult. Right, so they used. Alright, they used Torb. You used Torb. Your Torbjörn. It's low. They used Moira. None of them are low. So their Zenyatta should not have ulted. And Hammond used his ult. So I mean, he probably ulted because of Torbjörn. And that's just useless because the enemy, they shouldn't walk in the lava. So that's useless. But the Hammond killed two of you. And you were standing still for a bit and not even shooting. You could see the enemy, but you weren't shooting. Just keep shooting. That's I want you to do next game you play. When you see an enemy, just shoot. And also you could try to you should also do target priority, like learn what targets are easy for you to kill, like ones without any abilities to defend themselves. Zenyatta is really easy unless he has like fully charged 5 orbs and will just one-shot you, then Zenyatta is really easy if he's separated and alone. Now you could, no you shouldn't, but I was saying you could go up on Iron here and take the Zenyatta, but I mean, yeah, you basically lost the fight. None of them, well, Moira is low, and you are a bit damaged, but that's basically, that's one healer down. You have 2 healers, but you have one less tank, one less damage dealer, and you also don't have Torp's turret. So I would say, yeah, give up on this fight and regroup. You killed the Moira. I mean, she killed herself. Really stupid. You resisted, so now I would definitely regroup. Your Honor is dead, your Mercy is dying. Maybe not. That's good you didn't engage with that, you shouted at them and then dashed out. But you're dashing like straight away from them. And like, you're not really avoiding bullets, you just... it's easier for them to hit you when you're closer, but they can still hit you pretty easily when you're just further away but still in their line of sight. So you should maybe dash up here and go into the building, and maybe dash up here and go over here, back to your team, and like regroup. And if you find yourself dying when you try to regroup, then next time you regroup you should just don't peek, don't do anything, just stay safe. Maybe even stay in spawn, just to make sure you don't get killed. Wait, where's the team now? You're in, like... You have Mercy here, you have Diva, you have Torb, and Anna and Marisa are on their way back. You have no barrier, you have one healer, and you're going over here. You went in front of the team shooting them, opening yourself. The Bastion should have killed you, and then you're over here, and you are probably going for this health pack, if I'm right. Yeah. So you shouldn't have like taken damage. You should just have regrouped. And you're close to your ult, so you're going to farm them. You should have shot them earlier again. Bastion sees you. He's low now. Right. Your Mercy is dead. I think I tried to heal you there. Again, you try to go for the Bastion. You fail the wall climb, that happens to everyone. Most people at least. Maybe not everyone, but yeah. Fight's lost again. You didn't regroup properly. Sometimes that's nothing you can do about, but yeah. Like if you push ahead, peek and stuff, then your team's gonna maybe think, oh, we're committing to this even though we're not a full team, let's help Genji and try to make sure it doesn't die, and then everything goes to hell and you lost the fight because you're like 4v6ing and there's no way you're going to win. So they kept the point, and there's a Hammond behind you shooting you. Was that an Ashe? Yeah, I think that was Ashe. That's just to your right now. Let's see if you saw her. Yeah, you could see, but barely. So I don't really blame you for that. But yeah, you heard a bullet. You heard her shoot, so that, and you heard she was really close. So you should have reacted that. You're tunnel visioning on the Bastion, like. I would not say that Genji is a real Bastion counter. I would say get some DPS to spam down the barrier, maybe get a Roadhog, and if Bastion has no protection, it's really easy to kill him. You just shoot him, and I mean, Mercy can heal him, but that's not really a lot. That's not a lot of healing compared to the damage he will take. You're deflecting and you fail to walk through the door. So that's just play the game more. Like when you play the game, you will learn the maps. If you don't know the map, you should try to like flick to the direction you go and just have a quick look to see if you're going the right way. And then you got killed, yeah. So I mean, you shouldn't have been behind them. Your first priority should have been to get back. You should maybe like drop down and dash through the door over here. Like the door that's right behind you over there. Wait. Over there, right behind you, the door. Yeah, you should have dashed through there and like try to take as much cover as possible, voice cracks, from the enemy while you are going back to your team. So I mean, if you die, like that's probably one of the worst things you can do. Like if you die, there's going to be, your team is going to 5v6 them, and that's, I think it's 80% of the times the enemy is going to win in that case. So yeah, do whatever you can to not die. Right, so they used trance and you got the Ash before. That's good. It's currently a 5v5 because you're on your way back to the fight. And they use trance, so your team should try to not take damage to compensate for the damage that like the Zenyatta is healing, because you can't kill anyone through the trance unless you have like Nanoblade or Hanzo or something. A bunch of damage boosts or one shots. And I showed you the Nanoblade one shot in practice range before the game, so you know about that. Right, so you're going to blade, yeah. If you can Alright, yeah, your Dragon Blade mechanics, you should work on that. Because what you did, you sliced, and then you waited a bit, and then you dashed before you got the second slice. You could have maybe like slice, then dash. Slice, dash. Because you just delayed your second slash. And also you didn't even hit the Bastion with it. And the Bastion killed your Ana, and your Reinhardt was dead, so much dead to rest him. So you have your one healer down. And I think the enemy, yeah, so you're in a 5v6 again. Yeah, so now you're going after the Bastion. You're really careful with the minefield. Now you're 4v6ing and Diva is stunned and definitely dead. So it's going to be a 3v6 because Ana hasn't gotten back to the fight yet. Yeah, and it's you, Mercy, and Reinhardt. And Mercy's probably going to die because she got isolated. You should not have gone this way. You should have gone, in this case, either in front of them or dashed just over the street or whatever you want to call it. Let me show you. The replay feature is pretty good. You should have dashed over here, or you should have tried to double jump and gone in there behind this wall and return and try to regroup. So Ryan died, Mercy died. And then now you're trying to return, which is wicked. You could have possibly saved your Mercy if you would have dashed up here earlier, and she could have flied after you, and you both could have tried to escape. Or maybe she would have stayed with the Reinhardt and she would have died. But at least you could have possibly saved the Mercy and gotten into safety yourself earlier, and you're probably going to die now. Yeah. You could have probably saved yourself. So I mean, if you were going to die, you should have died earlier, and now you died really, really late. So it will take, like, you're just getting snowballed, you're getting staggered. This is really easy for the enemy team, because you can't kill them because you're like 4v6ing, 3v6ing all the time. So there's no there's no defense. You don't have anything to defend the payload. You can't win a single fight if you're 4v6ing the entire time. Yeah, you're just getting steamrolled. You're getting, like, the kill feed is all red on the left side, blue on the right side. Yeah, and now you're going to solve the payload. You did that pretty good, but what you did wrong, Bastion, he was way too far away to do any damage, and you were still shooting him. He wasn't even contesting the payload, and you want to stop the payload, so you need to kill the people on the payload. Let's see who was there. There was Senora, Hammond, Ryan, Moira, Ash. I would have gone for the Senora or the Ash. Let's see, wait, when did he use ult? Yeah, so he used it now. You could have tried to either kill him or force it out of him earlier. Or you could have contested Moira too. She's also a really good target to kill, although not as easy. But if you kill her, that's a high value kill, because she's their main healer, and then they only have Zenyatta, who's currently doing 300 heals per second to everyone within range, but otherwise he will do 30 heals per second, I think, if it hasn't changed with his orb, to anyone who has its orb. And yeah, that's just 30 heals for four players. That's not a lot to like damage through. It's really easy to kill them if you coordinate and like have at least two people focusing the same target. Like if Moira was dead and Ash had a Senora orb, you could have either killed Senora, or you could have gotten like two people to focus the Ash, and she would be that easy. So yeah, Moira first is like the best target to kill in this situation, or you should have contested the Senora to force trance out of him, or just killed Ash to get a kill. But now you died because you were shooting this Bastion that was not doing any harm to your team. He was not posing any threat. You can see its spread, it's really huge. Yeah. And he lost the round. I mean, they got the payload there pretty easy. With 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Let's see. You should have been looking through the doors and see if you could see what they have. That's something you should try to do in spawn as any character. Just look through the door and see if you can see what they have. Now the soldier is up there. they have soldier, Ryan, Orisa, and Bastion. In 5 seconds, you should like press the tab to see what heroes they have, like Moira Mercy. So the soldier is on the high ground, and like right clicking, that's not effective at this range. I think you know that as well. You should be pretty close to start getting like a good effect out of right clicking. So you should like have decent aim, and then you can do a lot more left clicking. You should definitely left click at this range to try to get as many hits as possible. And see, he can hold the high ground, which is what you should have done too on defense. And also you're still not double jumping. You walk in front of the enemy team and you're not double jumping. Like, yeah, I assume you're going to climb up and contest the soldier. No, you're not. Now it's at low ground, and you should be up at high ground and shooting shurikens. You should look. Wait. You should be up here and shooting shurikens down at them to do damage and get ult charge. Yeah, you should have not reloaded. You should have kept shooting into the barrier, just doing a little bit of damage. Possibly if you would have dropped it, maybe you would have hit someone and got a bit of a charge. So there wasn't really any reason for you to stop shooting and reloading there, because you could still see enemy. Yeah, and you should have started firing earlier. Right there. You killed the Bastion. Good job. Although that won't work really in a lot of higher ranks. He got rest by Mercy, so yeah, I think you still have your rest. So it's at 6v6 and you have the rest, and your Mercy is low on HP. So let's see how this goes. It's good that you're taking the high ground, though I assume you're going to drop down directly. Maybe not. Right, it was good you got a bit of shurikens, but yeah, you dropped down after just a short amount of time. You should have stayed and kept firing. And I think someone else was coming up there. I think it was soldier maybe, or he was going or he might have been going behind the building. Although if he was coming up there, you could have 1v1 him, and yeah, if you were getting low on health, you could have just gotten back to your team, but at least gotten a lot of damage on him. So now you dash through them without any way to get out. You didn't get punished. Good for you. But like you shot the Bastion, then the Risa, and both of them those, they're not really. I mean, Orisa, it's good that you killed her, because she's the barrier. Bastion, I mean, they're pretty good to kill. Although the healers, I would say, are actually more important. I always try to go for the healers first, or go for the ult charge. If you're going for the kill, you should go for the healers. Mercy's pretty easy. Like you right click her in close range, then she flies away. You follow her with your dash, and you can finish the kill. And so yeah, I mean, maybe she's not easy to kill, but you can contest her and put pressure on her, and follow and get charge, and hopefully kill her. Now you're dashing in on the Bastion again. I don't think you have any healer from your team healing you. So there is instead your Brigitte is dead, and your Junk is dead. So it's 4v5, and Ryan is half HP. So you're behind them, and Ryan sees you. Yeah, you're probably dead, right? Really surprising. You should have died there. Yeah. So that Reinhardt could have easily finished the kill. I think he just gave up when you climbed up a bit up on the wall. He could have just waited a second and just got to finish because you're 7 HP. Like really risky. Use your dash as a way to get out, not as a way to deal damage and get ult charge. You can use it to get ult charge, but you can like go behind the enemy team on a flank without using dash, and then you like shoot them a few times, and then you dash through them into safety, or kind of into safety, maybe through them into your team, and then you can get heals if you've been damaged, and you also get a bit of pretty much ult charge. Right. So now it's a 1v6 because your Brigitte hasn't got them back. Let's see what you do. You seem to be getting away. That's good. And your Brigitte tried doing it. Though you weren't damaged, but yeah. But you did disengage, that's good. You should have shot the soldier there. What I would have done, I would have been jumping a bit sideways, like 80-80, trying to push the soldier and go up on the high ground. And when he dropped down, I would just stay on the high ground and shoot into their barriers, possibly shoot them if anyone goes outside the barriers. And maybe not, maybe just try to help my team get the enemy barriers down. Or I would have ulted them, just dashed above, use blade, because they're pretty stacked up, meaning you can do a lot of damage. But you should still have a plan, so you could, this soldier, you use your blade, dash above him, pop blade, swing him, and if he gets too far away, you dash on him and do another swing. And then you can, hopefully you would have spotted the Mercy in here. I know you don't have wall hacks, but if you stand like here, you would hopefully see her, and then chase your next target, and then you would have taken like out the soldier and the Mercy. But I mean, that's pretty good. Your team didn't engage with you, so that's good that you stepped back. Although you do have the Junkrat up there, so that's what the Bastion was firing at. You should have started firing your shurikens earlier, especially since you knew they actually were there.
We still need you.
Anyone out there?
I mean, you're standing still behind the box, might be fine, but I would still recommend you never stand still. And that's also because you can react way easier things if your like picture is constantly updating. So I would like maybe AD in that case, not stand still, even if I'm safe. Now you shot 3 shurikens and then you went back and reloaded for no reason, because you don't need to reload when you have 27 shurikens. You didn't even need to disengage right there. You could have just poked them, maybe putting a bit of pressure on them, just scouting, trying to see how you can use your blade effectively. Nice. I think you dashed the Moira. Do not dash on Moira when you have Dragon Blade or when you're blading, because she has fade and you can't see where she's going during the fade, so it might be hard to follow her. And then when you see her, she's way too far to slice and you don't have your dash, then your blade is wasted. I mean, you got the Sigma, so that's good, but you couldn't do anything more. I don't even think you needed to dash the Moira because she was pretty close. And then you used your dash. You should have maybe gotten a bit closer. Or started shooting her again a bit earlier. Before you dash. And just make sure you get the kill when you dash. Because otherwise you won't get resets. Right, you killed... Right here. Yeah, I remember this. I mean, maybe you should have stayed on Moira, but you killed the Bastion, that's good. Although now, there was a Mercy in front of you, okay? Let's see. You can see this Mercy. Right here. She hasn't rested in a long time. And maybe if you haven't even kept track of the ability, you just assume she has rest. Mercy is also a pretty easy target to kill. So why are you turning away, walking away, when you could keep shooting at her? You're going away and you're letting her resurrect the Bastion, so your kill was nothing. It wasn't worth anything because you just let her reset. You could probably have killed her actually, pretty easily. So yeah, I mean, this is an isolated Mercy. That's pretty easy to kill. You could have even like, you should walk onto her, and you'll be here, and then she will probably walk away, like in here, and then she can't fly out to the people who are behind you. And then she's stuck, and you have secured the kill. So instead of getting 2 kills, the Bastion and the Mercy, you got 0 kills because you let the Mercy resurrect your kill. And you weren't shooting. You should start shooting before you get the Shuriken Dash combo. I think that was probably like 2 or 3 seconds you were looking at the Moira without shooting. So you weren't doing any damage to her. But she died, that's good. They only have Mercy for healing now, and they don't have rest. So I hope you go for the soldier now, maybe 3 shuriken into his body and then dash. Yeah, I didn't need to skip this far back. Right. Yeah, it was probably like 4 seconds. Alright, so you could do a left click into his body. If you would have done that before you got healing, dashed him, he would have been dead too. And then the fight would definitely have been won. Alright, so the batch is dead again. Alright. So you should push ahead and try to just form your blade, go on the higher ground and shoot them from above. And then maybe try to blade their backline to kill those points. Right, now you're not shooting them. You should shoot them. There's no reason why you shouldn't be. I had the same problem before. But you should shoot them. That's important. If you don't shoot, you can't charge your ult. Right, so again you dash. Ooh, that's really nice. Really nice that for you that she didn't fade. She ulted instead. So that was great. I would have gone for the Mercy there, but like before the Moira. But that's good, you killed the Moira, and hopefully you can kill the Mercy now. No. That's unlucky. Alright, they got grabbed. Moira fades out. Hopefully Sigma dies now. Yeah, Sigma's dead. Soldier dead. Your Brigitte is dead. Also, your team should not have let the Mercy rest. I don't know, she might have been behind the barrier, but I don't think she was. If she was, that's fine then. But yeah. I guess you don't really have a lot of long range damage. You have the Junkrat, kind of hard to aim. Also has a very high travel time. Orisa, yeah, you and Orisa should probably have done a lot of damage to that Mercy, so you could have like killed her with your swing. Yeah. You probably knew that Bastion was ulting. Do never walk in a straight line when Bastion is using his ult, because that one-shot you. I think maybe even 250 targets, I don't really know. But you should have been on the high ground still. Like, use the high grounds and shoot down on the enemies. And you should have shot him. Luckily he didn't hit you, and it was like the end of his ult. But I think you're prioritizing the Bastion way too much. You shouldn't shoot at him from that far away if you're the only one shooting him, because you won't kill him. You should be walking up to him using the high grounds, maybe, yeah, and then jump in front of him with your reflect. And at this rank, I guess he won't stop shooting. And if he does, maybe it doesn't heal, then you can just shoot him a couple times and he's dead. So good that you killed the Moira, but right. Here, Mercy is right in front of you, okay? Mercy is, in this team comp, I would say Mercy is your favorite target to kill as Genji. Because she doesn't need any aim for her healing. Like, her healing is really good for this rank. Her healing is really good for every rank. Requires more skill for every rank though, but so you could probably pretty easily kill her. You are currently tunnel visioning on the Bastion, and if the Bastion's being healed, there's no way you can kill him. So the Mercy is right in front of you for a few seconds, and then you're like, you try to shoot him, but you accidentally kill the Moira. You do that, and you do that. Kind of what I've said earlier. Alright, and now you should kill this Mercy. Are you reloading? You shouldn't be. That's, you have 24 shurikens. Don't reload that. You could, when Mercy is resting, she's really easy to hit, so you should shoot 3 shurikens into her head and then dash, so you cancel her rest. And if her rest isn't cancelled, both healers are dead and you can kill Bastion easily again. But now you just let her rest because you were reloading, and the soldier killed you because you didn't get away quick enough. Alright, so you're asking your team to group up, that's good, but you're still poking them. This is basically like, this is exactly what you do when you are engaging. Right, wait, let's see. Yeah, you have your Orisa and your Junkrat trying to get back to the fight. Where's she, Brigitte? Yeah, she's there, okay. So you have 3 people. You are saying group up, but you're still shooting them, your Zarya is retarded. Sorry, that's a harsh word. She should not be pushing ahead like this. She has mercy. That probably makes her feel safe. But still, Mercy can't out-heal the damage from Bastion, Sigma, Soldier, and Moira. That's impossible. So yeah, Zarya's committing suicide. You're saying group up while you are not regrouping. You're standing on the low ground. Easy to hit. While saying regroup. Right, and you were focusing way too hard on deflecting that orb. If deflecting orb takes that much focus from you, you should not be deflecting orb. So if Brigitte is using ult, then I would recommend you standing in her ult. Right, that you kill them, but you should also you're right clicking on, like, you're right clicking when you're too far away. You should not be right clicking that early. You should do left clicks and then you do the reflect and you go behind and right click. That would have been way quicker. And then instead of shooting the Mercy 2 or 3 times with your right click, you dash through her. So you don't secure the kill. It's basically like you only want to damage her, but not kill her. But you should kill her, so you should shoot her first a few times, then dash when you can secure the kill. Right, and then you saw the grab there, which means I would have dashed to it, but it's good. You killed the Moira, and in the grab, the Mercy got killed. So they have no heals, although their soldier just now used Tac Visor, which I think he kills a bunch of people. Yeah. So they comboed Sigma and Soldier. I think he kills like 4 people. Yes. Right, that's unlucky.
Seconds remaining.
I will not group up.
Keep the pressure on. We can't let up now.
Primary objective. Move the payload. Barrier activated.
Right, now you're using high ground, but you drop down to low ground again. Keep Stinger on the high ground, like giving up the high ground. Don't do that. You could have been up here, or just above where you are now, and shooting on them, without being exposed to any damage.
We're running out of time.
And then you reload for no reason. I'm going to continue this like until you capture this point, I think. No, wait. Yeah, maybe I'll do the whole thing, I don't know. Just another minute. Okay. So you're doing good right now. You should shoot them. Good. Kill the Bastion. Good. Ryan got rest. Kill him. Yeah. Again, you didn't shoot him. You were like looking at your team and not looking at Reinhardt. You should have helped kill him. Right, that's something you need to do. Practice like doing. As soon as you see an enemy, just shoot them. without caring if you miss, and then you shoot, and then you keep shooting and adjust your aim after a while. I will show you after the replay is done. Yeah. Right. So again, you didn't shoot for no reason. Mercy's basically good. You didn't have dash, but she's there, that's good. Alright, now you reflected without. Sodi didn't even look at you, so there was no real reason to use reflect. Now I hope that you slash and then dash him, because that will kill him. Alright, you didn't. Good, you tried to kill people in the grab, although you failed.
You're out of time. Attack.
Cheers, love! The cavalry's here!
Alright,
Victory.
so I will show you what I mean. So you were like this, you were going around the corner, and then you saw them for a bit, and then you started shooting at them. Like this, okay? What you should do, what I want you to do, is you see an enemy, you shoot, even if you don't hit, and then you try to keep aiming. So let's do like this. I see this enemy, I shoot, I don't hit, but now afterwards I try to hit him. I failed, but I was still shooting. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to shoot as quickly as you see an enemy, even if you don't hit them. Because you will end up hitting more shots, maybe not have a higher accuracy, but you will hit more shots because you are taking more shots, which will give you faster ult charge. I don't remember if it was something else I wanted to show.
Double kill.
So I guess that you know this. You can animation cancel doing that. You just fire 3 shurikens before you reflect. That works with dash 2, like that, and also melee. Both and after you reflect, you can also hold the right click and the melee to animation cancel both of them, like this, and you will, yeah, just like that.
I am repaired.
I don't think there was anything else.
Double kill. Triple kill.
Also, I will show you 2 animation cancels with the blade. That can be useful. One that's pretty easy, and one that's harder.
Double kill. Triple kill.
Okay, so in your blade, at the end of it, if you dash at the end of it, the shielding animation will cancel. So you won't have to like shield your blade, it will just, the animation will cancel. So you won't be vulnerable for that bit of time. And the other one is when you wall climb at the end of it, which I will show you, although I will not do it perfectly because I can't. Alright. So show you now. If you wall climb at the end of it, you won't have to shield it either. So yeah, that's all I had to show. And also there's the ghost dash, but I wouldn't focus on that now. That's something you can look into when you get a bit better. But basically you dash and then directly after you dash again. And like the dash animation won't be there. Also you can cancel your reflex by wall climbing or dashing. So well, that was everything for the video. As I said in the beginning, you can submit your own clips, preferably Genji, and I can review them. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and yeah, see you in the next video.